Alright, I got a beautiful rack of these beef back ribs here. This is going to be a perfect thing to try this BBQ beef rub on. And just like my pork ribs, I'm going to go ahead and put some mustard as a base so I can have something for all this seasoning to adhere to. And what I'm going to be using today is a Southwest spicy mustard. You know, you don't have to restrict yourself just to the plain old yellow mustard. You can add more flavors into the meat by going with some different flavored mustards, and there's a lot of them out there. So go ahead and put us a good coat of this mustard on here. We're going to be doing both sides. Okay, this is the BBQ rub here. Hadn't even smelt of this one yet. Yeah. I don't know what it's got going on in this rub, but I tell you what, it's got an outstanding smell to it. Pour a little bit here in my hand. I'll put a generous coat on these. You know, some people might frown on putting a rub on a rack of beef ribs because, you know, it comes from the prime rib section, and it's some pretty good meat, but you know what, it's still ribs, and I'm gonna treat it as such. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get this ready. I'm gonna put some more on this side here. I'm gonna flip it over and do the exact same thing. I'm going to be using the snake method today doing these ribs. This is going to ensure that I don't have to come back out here and restoke these every now and then. The amount I got going in right now should be enough to get this kettle grill up to around 225. I want to do these really low and slow, and from there these other ones will light these and so on. And so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and straighten these coals out a little bit. Get this more in the center. This is 50% water and 50% apple cider. Again, instead of having to come out here and spritz these every 30 minutes or so, this is going to create a lot of moisture carrying this vinegar, and that's also going to ensure that the ribs are tender. This Parkay squeezable margarine, it works so good on the pork ribs that I did last weekend. I'm going to try them on these beef ribs. I'm sure it's going to have the same effect. Basically just keep these ribs nice and moist. I'm going to come back every 30-45 minutes or so and be adding this in. Alright, as you can see, my temperature shot right back up. I'm running roughly about 225, 230, right in that range, which is telling me I got the vents adjusted pretty close. This snake method, as it goes around, is catching these coals on fire just at the right time to just maintain this temperature. Working out beautiful. Okay, I went 1 hour on these ribs before I took the cover off and added that Parkay. About one good full hour. Like I said, I'll be doing that about every 30-40 minutes, you know, as necessary. I probably won't take this lid back off for at least 40 minutes, you know, with the vinegar and water below. And plus, it's a very humid day out here. I just really don't need to focus that much on moisture. I'm sure it's going to be just fine. These ribs are going to cook roughly 4 hours before I add the maple bourbon sauce. And then after that, we'll go about another 45 minutes to an hour. And at that time, we should have some very tender, very juicy, very delicious ribs. I won't be doing a wrap in aluminum on these with foil. I won't be doing that today. I think this is going to work out perfect to where that won't be necessary.
And a swig of rye, I said I swung for the moon and fell in my seat. I got my last round and made the long walk home, lost along the road. Gripping your door with the slackness of mine, I said I lost my nerve and walked right by. I breathed my faith and I hoped inside. Now they say I'm a fool for loving you. Now they say I'm a fool for leaving you.
Alright, I've been going right at 4 hours. And these things are really done. Look at that. That toothpick is just going right through that meat. No problem. So I'm going to go ahead and put this maple bourbon sauce on these. And I will not be leaving them no 45 minutes to an hour. I don't think these ribs could stand that. They're actually ready to take off right now, but we've got to put this sauce on there. So let's do that. I'll probably leave these on here, I don't know, maybe another 10, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. This is going to be good. Smells incredible. It's about time to move these around a little bit too. This snake method is coming around to the other side there. As you can see, it started here and it's made its way all the way around to here. And I will not be using all of this charcoal. I'm going to be actually doing another video after this video, so I will be utilizing this charcoal. Okay, it's time to take these bad boys off of here. Let's go ahead and put them over here on some foil. Ooh, man, that smells good. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and wrap these up. We're just going to let them rest, hang out for a little while. For about 30 minutes. Just let some of the juices redistribute. We're going to cut into them and see what we got. Alright, let's see what we got right here. I know one thing, these things are super tender. Alright. Oh yeah, look at that. Cutting right through, no problem. Oh my lord, that smells good. Tell you what, I'm going to stand these up. They don't fall apart, and let the knife follow the bones. Going right through it. Look at that. Oh yeah. Alright, I'm going to get the rest of these cut up. We'll be back in just a minute for a taste test. Alright, let's see how we done here. Pick one out. These are just beautiful. Look at all the meat on those. Extremely tender. Extremely tender. These are perfect. Couldn't have turned out any better. That maple and bourbon glaze is just fantastic on these. Oh my goodness. We're going to enjoy these. Alright, the beer that I'm drinking with this is the Indicator. This is made by Abita Beer. Let's give it a try. Oh, that's a perfect beer for this kind of meal. It's not fruity, it's not sweet, it's got a nice strong earthy taste to it. Very good. Alright, until next time, smoky ribs.